tell you why the world sucks.
Hello, my name is Josh Horowitz, and the world is a terrible place.
The world we live in is filled with hate, injustice, and inequality.
People suffer for no reason.
And here are 10 reasons why the world sucks. People are mistreated based on their sexuality. Society has unrealistic expectations of people that are impossible to achieve, leading people to feel unworthy, unwanted, and unappreciated. So, social media aids in this feeling by holding people, specifically young people, to high, unattainable standards. Bullying is at an all-time high. People are not accepted for who they are. Social, political, and economic inequality is a problem only growing bigger. Poor people are granted less opportunities based on circumstances they frequently have no control of. People are judged based on the factors of themselves who make them who they are. Poverty is more frequent than wealth. Inequality will always exist.
Inequality is an issue that has always and probably will always exist, whether it be political, economic, or social inequality.
One instance of inequalities is inequality based on sexual orientation. LGBT stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and along with heterosexual, refers to people's sexual orientation or gender identity. Lesbians refer to homosexual women, gay refers to homosexual man, someone who is bisexual is attracted to both men and women, someone who is transgendered is a person whose gender identity does not correspond to the person's biological sex at birth. It is important to strive for a world where people are part of the LGBT community, can openly live with their identities, relationships, and families respect. This community has been fighting for equal rights since 1936.
It is undeniable that people are treated differently based on their gender identity. In any case, if people are different than what is thought to be quote-unquote normal, they are seen as different. Many people face adversity based on their sexuality. Bullying, both in person or online, is a really serious issue. Many people apart from the LGBT community face verbal and physical abuse. Face-to-face bullying, cyberbullying, or rejection from peers, all are kinds of bullying. Especially at the young age when people are just beginning to find themselves, bullying is at an all-time high. 25% of bisexual girls get bullied, and 35% of bisexual men get bullied.
This is unacceptable. We cannot accept this fate. As human beings, it is our responsibility to change what we want to see changed in the world. People should not be treated differently based on aspects of themselves that they cannot change or that make them who they are.
The world is far from perfect and much change needs to be made, but as time goes on, we are inevitably better than we were in the past. In the United States, 13 states do not allow same-sex marriage, and although it is ridiculous and must be changed, that means that 37 states do allow gay marriage. We must appreciate these small victories and use them as a motivation to continue fighting for what is right.
Many famous people are being more and more open about their sexuality, hoping to influence others to do the same. Comedian, television host, actress, writer, and producer Ellen DeGeneres is openly lesbian, and she's extremely talented, well-respected, successful, and loved by the world. Football player Michael Sam is the first openly gay NFL player. He played football at the University of Missouri and was drafted by the St. Louis Rams in the 7th round of the NFL draft. British singer and songwriter Sam Smith is a Grammy-winning artist, and he's also a gay man who uplifts and motivates people through his heartfelt music. Olympian and television personnel Bruce Jenner recently informed the public that his whole life he had been hiding a huge secret. He is a transgender and was living in the wrong body, he said. It recently transformed into the beautiful Caitlyn Jenner. These people are just a select few out of many people who are part of the LGBT community.
Many organizations and charities have also had positive impacts on the goals of the LGBT community. The Empowering Spirits Foundation is a charity based in San Diego, California, with chapters spread throughout the nation. ESF members engage in service-oriented activities in communities typically opposed to LGBT rights. ESF programs include neighborhood revitalization, housing builds, canned food drives, and environment cleanup. Causes which allow for both sides to work together in what ESF calls a positive environment. The programs take place in underserved areas of those conservative in nature, as they are the people ESF is attempting to influence. The Lesbian, Gay, Bi, Trans Youth Line, founded in 1994, is a Toronto-based peer support organization for LGBT youth. Although best known for their phone support line, the organization also offers internet chat and email support services, as well as promoting and supporting other events and programs for LGBT youth. Gay and Lesbian Arab Society serves as an international networking organization for gays and lesbians of Arab descent or those living in Arab countries. Latin American Center of Sexuality and Human Rights offers news and research on human sexuality, including LGBT issues in Spanish, English, and Portuguese.
Whether it be for personal comfort or inspiration, or to help in the fight for equality, there are resources that can help.
It is time for change. It is time for people to realize that hate solves nothing, that if you do not want to accept someone for who they are and try to understand where they are coming from, the least you can do is respect them.
Poverty is a general scarcity or death, or the state of he who lacks a certain amount of material possessions or money. It is a multifaceted concept which includes social, economic, and political elements. Poverty seems to be a chronic or temporary, and most of the time it is closely related to inequality.
Almost half of the world, over 3 billion people, live on less than $2.50 a day. An average American spends this kind of money without even thinking about it. A medium-sized coffee at Dunkin' Donuts is $2.77. A gallon of gasoline is anywhere from $2.50 to $4, and a ticket to the movies is anywhere from $10 to $13, without even purchasing snacks or drinks. The average person spends mindlessly on random, unimportant things, while so many people in the world are struggling for necessities such as food and water every day.
The GDP of the 41 heavily in-debt poor countries is less than the wealth of the 7 wealthiest people in the world combined. Bill Gates of America is worth $79.5 billion. Carlos Slim Helú and family from Mexico are worth $77.1 billion. Amancio Ortega from Spain is worth $71.9 billion. Warren Buffett from America is worth $70.2 billion. Larry Ellison from America is worth $53.5 billion. Lillian Bettencourt and family from France are worth $42.7 billion. Carlos Noak from America is worth $42.1 billion. These 7 people alone make up more of the world's wealth than the 41 most in-debt countries in the world combined, which is equivalent to 567 million people.
1 billion people live in poverty. 640 million people live without adequate shelter. 400 million people have no access to drinking water. and 270 million people have no access to medical services.
As seen through the facts stated above, poverty is the state for the majority of the world's nations. Why is this? Should people be blamed for their own predicament? Have they been lazy or made poor decisions? What about their own governments? Have they pursued policies that have harmed successful development? Causes of poverty and inequality can never be definitely answered. They are deeper and more global issues.
The number of people living on less than $1.25 per day has dramatically decreased in the last 3 decades. From half of the citizens in the developing world in 1981 to 21% in 2010. This shows the progression we are making towards eradicating poverty altogether. An online game called Survival 125 was launched by Live 58, an NGO devoted to ending extreme poverty, and challengers gamers to survive 1 month on $1.25 a day by facing a series of daunting questions that millions of people face every day just to survive. This game provided people the experience to actually see how living in poverty would be. By opening the eyes of many people, more nonprofit organizations began to become popular and begin being able to help those in need. Some nonprofit organizations are Feeding America, Project Bread, Kiva, One, and the Meals on Wheels Association of America. These organizations give hope to human beings that the world will one day become a better place to live in.
But you can't rely on everyone else to make the world better. We urge you to research ways you can make poverty less of a problem in the world. Find organizations in which you can volunteer your time and help in any way you can. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Here we're going to show you celebrities and the Irish reacting to Ireland's vote to legalize gay marriage. Ireland became the first country in the world on Saturday to nationally vote in favor for gay marriage and legalizing it. 62.1% of the votes voted in favor of legalizing gay marriage. The results were announced in front of the Dublin Castle to a huge jubilant crowd. Over 1 million people supported equality with 1,201,607 votes yes, and only 734 votes no.
Before the official announcement, the results were clear. However, when the legalization was passed, people from gay rights supporters to celebrities took to Twitter to share their reactions with the world.
Here are only some of the many celebrities who took to social media to share their feelings on Ireland's new marriage laws, like Sam Smith and Hozier. Notice how positive their reactions are, all, and how diverse the group of people whose tweets are shown. Inequality is the difference in size, degree, circumstances, or lack of equality. Like a girl Super Bowl commercial brought inequality into the spotlight, especially gender inequality for girls.
Using the term like a girl is an insult as a hard knock against any adolescent girl. And since the rest of puberty is really no picnic either, it's easy to see what a huge impact it can have on one girl's confidence when she is told she's doing something bad and like a girl.
The commercial we're about to show is kicking off an epic battle to make sure that girls everywhere keep their confidence throughout puberty and beyond, making a start by showing them that doing it like a girl is awesome and trying to bring a positive outlook to inequality.
Here are 10 reasons why the world has hope.
People are accepted on factors of themselves that make them who they are.
Social media fuels acceptance.
People are accepted on factors of themselves that make them who they are. Social, political, and economic equality is a problem we are stopping. Inequality is ending. Poverty is lowering. Poor people are given opportunities to strive forward.
People are accepted based on their sexuality. Society lets you express yourself. Bullying is at an all-time low. People are accepted for who they are.